Hey everyone's Jackel Wolf back in Chemical Exchange with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the quest book. Last episode, we did the Speedy Hopper 1, Speedy Hopper 2, Speedy Hopper 3, as well as the Iron Furnace, the Gold Furnace, the Diamond Furnace, and the Obsidian Furnace. Now, this episode, we're going to be like a two-part episode. For one, what we're going to do is we're going to go and upgrade our mob grinder to be fully automatic, which is something we probably should have done a little bit earlier, but I've been kind of waiting for the right items to hit my, the quest book before I jumped ahead. As it is, I think we're just going to have to go ahead and do it because it needs to be fully automated. But along the way, we're going to get something that's going to allow us to get this 16 Selenium quest here. So it is going to be a full-on quest episode as well. But we're going to spend most of our time working on upgrading this mob grinder to being fully automatic. To do that, we're going to need a couple of things. As you can see, I have gone and I have sort of shrunk it down. Instead of being 5x5, it is now 3x4. I've set up the hoppers to go. We've got our Speedy 3, 2 Speedy 2s, and some Speedy 1s. I didn't upgrade these all the way. I just figured it was probably good enough for us to set them up this way. This is going to help move stuff into the chest quick. Not that I think the amount that we're going to get is going to be all that much. But once we set up the iron spikes, we're going to need a way to push the mobs forward onto these spikes. And we're going to do that by making ourselves a mob fan. To make a mob fan, we're going to have to make ourselves a block of redstone. So we've done this one before, but to make a piece of redstone, we are first going to need some iron oxide, which is 2 iron and 3 oxygen, makes ourselves some iron oxide. We're also going to need some carbonate. Now, that's going to be 1 piece of carbon, 3 oxygen in the chemical combiner, gets us our carbonate. We are going to have to take that and turn it into strontium carbonate. So 1 strontium, 1 carbonate gets us some strontium carbonate. And then if we go iron oxide, strontium carbonate in the chemical combiner, and that's going to get us our piece of redstone, which is absolutely perfect. I've done and made a bunch of this already. So we're going to take 9 pieces of redstone in a crafting table, gets us our block of redstone. We're also going to need 4 stone slabs and 4 iron ingots, and that's going to get us our mob fan. This will push mobs in the facing directions and can be modified by using mob fan upgrades. Now, the upgrades are going to be, sort of integral to this. Because my mob grinder is 3 wide, we could build ourselves 3 mob fans. That's not very efficient, though. What we can do is build ourselves some mob fan upgrades. So that's going to be these first 3 right here, the ones with the fans on them. These other mob upgrades are more for the mob grinder rather than the mob fan that we're working on right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves the mob fan upgrade with the modifier, which is going to change it from a 1 block wide to a 3 block wide. These can be stacked. You can make these, quite a bit more wide. My mob grinder is so small, we don't need to worry about that. But we could do, a distance upgrade, which is redstone, feathers, and iron. We could do a mob fan upgrade, which is a height thing. If we had spiders spawning in there, that's something we would definitely want to do, simply because the spiders can climb the walls and get out of the path of the mob fan. So we definitely don't want that happening. But the one we're going to focus on is the mob fan upgrade with modifier of +1. All of these is iron and feathers and in the case of the mob fan, distance 1 piece of redstone. What we need to do is we need to make ourselves some feathers in this world. Now, feathers are created by using 2 protein in the chemical combiner. We can go and we could craft protein by using our transmutation table, but protein is a little bit of a complicated chemical. If we go click on here, click on the feather, click on the protein, you can see there's a whole bunch of different chemicals here. This is kind of difficult to set up. As well, one thing we haven't done yet is unlock that nitrogen. We do actually have some from previous chemical combines. I haven't added it yet because I'm kind of waiting to see if there's going to be a quest for it. But an easy way to make protein in Chemical Exchange is to go to your chemical dissolver, just take some rotten flesh, throw that into chemical dissolver. That gives you 100% protein. So there you go. There's our protein ready made for us. No complicated chemical combinations need to be done with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our chemical combiner. We're going to take 6 pieces of protein in the chemical combiner in the right middle slot. That's going to get us our 3 feathers, which is absolutely perfect. We're going to come back over here. We're going to click on the recipe for the width upgrade, which is 4 iron ingots, 3 feathers. That gets us our +1 width upgrade. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over to our mob grinder. We are going to go and we're going to take our spikes and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we're all spiked up there. We're going to come and actually what we need to do is put that axe back. And we're going to take out the torch because that is going to stop our mob spawning in here. We're going to go and place that block back up there. And then we're going to take our mob fan, we're going to go and place it in this open spot right here on level with our spikes and basically on level with the ground. So any baby zombies that spawn are going to get pushed into these spikes. But anything taller as well. If we had put the mob fan up by 1, baby zombies could kind of maybe, stay underneath the fan area of effect and they wouldn't be pushed into these things here. So that is going to be super, super simple. What we need to do is we do need to power up this mob fan. We do need to give it a redstone signal. So easiest way of doing that is just take a lever at the back. We're going to click that on there and we're going to go turn that on. So if we come out here, you can see the fan is spinning. Right now it is only 1 wide. I'm going to go get into its path and I cannot fight against that. That is pushing me. It is pushing me. If these weren't here, it would push me right into those spikes. So that is absolutely perfect. That is exactly what we want. What we can do now is we can take that mob fan upgrade. We're going to throw it up into the upgrades area. We can put a total of 3 in here. But again, this is so small, we don't really need to worry about that. So it is now 3 wide. If I was to step in front of it, it would push me there. It would trap me in that corner and I'd have to break my way out. So I'm not going to bother doing that. But what we can do is we can take the polluted earth, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And while we're here, let's just go tidy that up a little bit. And before I forget, before we get any Endermen, we're going to go and put the Ender inhibitor on. That is powered. That's going to keep any Endermen from teleporting outside of our mob grinder. Although they are going to die really, really quickly. There you go. There's our first mob. Pushed immediately, spawns in, gets pushed immediately onto our spikes. And this is now fully automated. It is going to be picking up all the items. I am a little worried that we'll get some items trapped on top of those spikes. We'll have to keep an eye out. I'm kind of hoping that the hoppers underneath will grab them. If not, we'll have to come up with some other way of doing that. So that is first step. That is exactly what we want to do. That is going to work really, really well. It's going to give us a lot of drops that we can run through our chemical dissolver. Second step, what I said we were going to do is we're going to go work on this selenium. Now, to make selenium, we're going to have to run a fish through the chemical dissolver. That is the easiest way of doing it. It will also take a nether wart or a nether wart block. Our easiest thing is to get some fish. To get fish, we're going to need a fishing rod. To make a fishing rod, we're going to need string. To make string, we're actually going to need that protein. That is the protein that we got from the zombie flesh. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and pause our recipe. We're going to go 1, 2 into the chemical combiner. Now this one's been giving me a little bit of trouble. So I hit resume, I hit pause, I hit resume. It doesn't, oh, there we go. That time it worked. Sometimes it gets a little finicky in here. The other thing you can do is you could go and go string in your JEI, and we could go and move that recipe up there, kind of locks it, and then we could go 1, 2, and it seems to work better this way as well. So we now got ourselves some string, which is really nice. We're going to come over here and go 1, 2, 3, put it in the right spot, and then 2 pieces of string gets us our fishing rod. Now I made this pond over here expecting the quest book to kind of push me in this direction. It never did, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we are here right now. We're going to go and do this. So I'm going to go start fishing. And really quickly, let's go clear off that inventory just to see what kind of drops I get. This could take a little bit of time. So I may jump ahead, or I may, it may be really quick. So we will see here shortly. And there we go. That wasn't actually so bad. That was, I love how they do escape and get pulled back by the ender inhibitor. So there's our fish. That is absolutely perfect. We're going to go and throw it into our chemical dissolver. There's our selenium. Our quest was to get 16 of them. So as we've done before, we're going to throw it into the transmutation table, and then we're going to go grab a full stack out. Quest complete selenium. Selenium. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing half of these right, but there we go. Click on selenium, acquired from dissolving fish, which is perfect. There is our 250 monies, and one more quest, that is now in our quest belt. Let's go throw this there. That is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you did any of these quests any differently than I did. I would love to hear, how many different ways there are to do these quests. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Jackel Wolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there will be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content and you want to support, stop by, check it out. There's a lot of great perks for Patreons, one of which is to get your names at the end of all of my videos, as well as early access and a few other things as well. But that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.